Hello and welcome to TeachConnect Talks, the podcast that empowers school leaders and recruiters to build stronger schools by hiring and growing the right educators. www.teachconnect.in is a website for teacher recruitment, an easy portal and first portal of its kind to exclusively cater as an ecosystem to train the teachers, to upskill the teachers, and the teachers can find their jobs too and the perfect match with the recruiters. Hi, I am Dr. Padmavati Tungaturthi, and today's topic is Pedagogical Leadership, shaping a culture of learning in your school. This is a term, pedagogical leadership, is a term that's often used but rarely understood in depth. So here's a question for you all. Are you hiring teachers who lead learning or just teach the content? Today I'll show you pedagogical leadership shapes the instructional culture of your school and how you as a recruiter or principal can influence it through every hire you make. And don't forget, at the end of the episode, in the description box, please do find the Pedagogical Leadership Handbook, which is released by CBSE, and you can download that book clicking on the link. So let us begin with a simple definition of what's a pedagogical leadership. This means placing teaching and learning at the center of all decisions. Now, what's the meaning of placing teaching and learning at the center of all decisions? Whenever you're going to make a decision about the instructional leadership, that is how you're going to transact the knowledge to the student, we always think of the student and what's the knowledge acquired by the student in order to reach the goal and the transferable knowledge which retains in the minds of the student. It's not at all about micromanaging. Now, how are we going to influence the instruction? Through clear values, vision, and support system. Now, what is it we are calling the clear value? What is a value? A value is what you're going to give a lot of importance, isn't it? When we give a lot of importance, we call it that we have a value for that. So, what is it we are valuing in pedagogical leadership? We know that we have got to value the learning concept of the student. Now, let us take three parts of it. The first point should be that every child can learn if we teach the student in the way he or she learns. Second point is learning should be student-centered. And the third point should be mistakes are opportunities to grow. That means if a student is making a mistake, let it be it so. Let the student make a mistake, but still give the opportunity for the student to learn. That's how pedagogical leadership has clear values. Now, what's the vision we are talking about? Does the child have a vision, or it is necessary for the teacher to create a vision? And this vision of the student must be transcended to the student. How? There should be a strategical leadership or a dream for learning, and the principal should try to create the dream, canvas the dream. And this dream, the student must understand the dream of the school, dream of learning, dream of the principal to teach the students, transact with the student, and the pedagogical leadership transformation which the student is going to have. Where are we going as a school? What kind of learners are we going to shape? The students are at a particular level in the month of June, say. From here, they're going to another level. Where is that level? The principal has to dream this level. Therefore, let us create examples of vision statement. Now, we have three clear values, right? Therefore, how is it we're going to create vision statements out of this? We can create independent, reflective, and collaborative learner. That's how a learner we are dreaming about. We can envision that the learning should be student-centered. Then what is that we are doing? Therefore, to be a school where every child experiences a joyful learning, the student has that factor of joyful learning. That's how the learning can be student-centered. Mistakes are opportunities to grow. Students are inquirers. The method of learning is inquiry-based learning, wherein they might give wrong conclusions and come to a wrong understanding. It's okay to build up another question at this place so that the students will try and understand the concepts correctly based on the questions which are posed to them. This is how there is a vision for the principal which is to be transacted to the student. And what are the support systems we are having? We have many tools, many infrastructural components at schools. But these are the tools, structures, and relationships. Dear educators, please remember what are the tools we are using for the students to remember the content, and how is the pedagogical leadership taking the help of these tools, structures, and relationships. What is the bonding which we have with the students? That's the relationship. What is the team relationship between the teachers? And how are the peer-peer interactions happening in the classroom? Therefore, there is a structure for everything. There is a procedure for everything. There is a procedure how things should happen and how the structure should happen, be it the classroom structure, be it the lesson plan structure, be it the assessment reformations, assessment structure. Therefore, let us take examples. Professional development and training is one support system which the school can give to the teachers and the students. And mentoring of new teachers is very, very important so that the teachers will have comfort and they don't feel frustrated. Now, without access to teaching resources, teachers will tend to get bored, disappointed, frustrated if proper resources are not being given to them. And how about giving regular feedback and or lesson observations frequently in a particular cycle? And no such decision should be taken as an impulsive one. Therefore, these support systems will turn as good intentions into real classroom results. Whenever a lesson observation is being done, a teacher will do a proper demo lesson observation. Demo is what they prepare where they know that there is lesson observation. And lesson observation in line is something where the teacher does not know prior that there is a lesson observation on that particular day. Either it is the coordinator or the HOD based on the roles and responsibilities that they are going to understand the lesson observation content and talk to the teacher and give a feedback to the teacher. The intentions of giving the feedback must be right. There is a role of supervisor also to be played well so that the teachers draw great benefits out of this lesson observation. Now, pedagogical leadership works when schools are guided by clear values, they have a shared vision, and also supported by systems. This is how the values, the structure, the systems do come into place. Now, this is where the recruiters become the game changers. They have started a game of recruiting teachers, giving a sort of hand holding to them. Then the recruiter should ask for himself or herself, that's the school principal, wherein who is responsible for the pedagogical leadership, should ask for these three important questions. Are we hiring teachers who can coach their peers? Are we onboarding teachers with mentorship plans? Do we look for leadership traits during recruitment? And how are the lesson plans, lesson observation going to answer these questions? How is a demo going to work? Once a teacher is appointed, a perfect 100% hand-holding should be given to the teacher to align a teacher to the culture of the school. The roles of the academic in charges, vice principals, coordinators are very critical until the vice principal, the coordinators, the academic in charges help the new teacher to onboard well and gel into the culture of the school. But often, this pedagogical merit is masked by experience, because the qualification, the experiences which the resumes give are a little to work on the skills. Therefore, how is the senior admin helping the teacher to work on these skills? Therefore, let us change that. Let us recruit leaders of learning. Okay, now the recruitment is done at this month. Therefore, see that you onboard them well, 100%, and do not look for a mere content with the teachers. Look for skills of collaboration, look for skills of communication with the student, with the team, with the stakeholders. Now, when you are looking for the real school examples, I'll just give you a few examples. 2 examples are more than enough at this point of time. There's a school in CBSE where I have conducted a workshop and did a mentoring for about 6 months. They implemented learning cycles every Friday. That is, they are led by HODs, where teachers share their best classroom practices. HODs are heads who are knowledge experts. Therefore, the result was amazing. This was a very clear and interesting idea. The best classroom practices, the pedagogical practices, and these also, the loopholes were also discussed during this learning circles. The learning circles not only gave best classroom practices, but also the amber light as to what are the danger points there and how a teacher has to overcome those. This will be a learning, as the teachers can stand on the shoulders of the learning of other teachers, and the result was fantastic, wherein a 30% improvement in student engagement was there. The 30% improvement at the end of one academic year is not a small increment, it's a great improvement. 30%, that means 1/3. Out of every 3 lesson plans, 1/3 of the lesson plan of every lesson plan went on very excellently. That is what I call as instructional best classroom management practices. School in Hyderabad also introduced demo classes reviews as a part of recruitment. They have taken these demos and they have understood the point. It's not always there is a no answer for recruitment. They do recruit the teachers, but they just keep an eye on what's that which is going to, what sort of help is required by these kind of teachers. That small threshold push is required by the pedagogical leader who plans the lesson plans, who plans and instructs the aims and activities for the teachers. Therefore, hiring decisions will definitely impact pedagogy. That's how teachers who demonstrated instructional clarity were hired, and a little loopholes were covered during the academic year without being felt overwhelmed and without feeling frustrated. The senior admin, that's vice principal, principal, and the teachers have, and the co-teachers, senior teachers have helped the new teacher to settle down very well seamlessly. That's how every recruiter is a culture builder and see that the culture of the school is kept intact. Sometimes the principal also might be changed or the administration changes. There is a new pedagogical leader coming up. Then how to tackle this? This is all to be documented. What are the responsibilities of the principal? What's the culture of the school? What are the best practices which are being established, and how to review these best practices This is how we need to document it and create standard operation procedures for everything, like from onboarding to maintaining the recruiters list or hiring decision. Then let's get practical. How are we going to do this? Here are 5 things which you can do immediately. After the appointment, every time let us not talk about appointment only. Appointment of the teachers is already completed, but after the appointment, ask yourself as to what kind of help you are going to give to the teacher within the first month or the second month, the maximum. Create rubrics, like what is that you want, what is the expectation of the principal towards the teacher. Expectations have to be made very clear about the teachers who are appointed for this academic year. The senior admin, who we call as the principal, vice principal, coordinators, HODs, must know the expectation. And it's not always that the senior admin does the lesson observation. There can be a peer observation also. The peer observation will help the teachers to stay friendly, talk to each other, and give a feedback on a peer note. This will be very interesting, and the results will definitely improve by at least 20% by the end of academic year. Therefore, how are we going to align the new hires with the NEP goals? Start off fresh, even though we know that a new teacher has an awareness about NEP. Align with the culture of your school and create those NEP goals for the teachers, and see that seamlessly there is a holistic development, experiential learning conducted in the school with these teachers too. And definitely an induction program and orientation program must have been conducted for these teachers. But after that, month on month, again a reorientation has to be given. If this reorientation to the teachers is missing, then there is a problem. The teachers cannot understand what are the events to come up, what's the plan of action for the next month, and what is the long-term plan for the whole academic year, and how are they going to support, how the team teachers are going to support each other. Every month there should be a chalk-out plan. They should know what has happened the previous month. The teachers must know what's going to happen for this month, and the teachers must also know what's going to happen the next month. This is how a 3-month spread every time, every month, during the first week of every month. That's important for the teachers to understand. Then it will look as though the teachers are familiar with all what's happening and there is an alignment. Then definitely there should be a professional learning community also, which we need to build up. And that doesn't happen in isolation. The continuous professional development calendar comes out of need analysis. Now, how to do the need analysis? Need analysis can be done from the lesson observation and the connection with students. How are the students feeling in the school? And we cannot have a bifurcation of teachers who are very experienced and teachers who have joined today. Putting everybody on a common platform, the trends in education should be learned by all the teachers on a uniform level. You build this culture of continuous professional development, need analysis done from the lesson observation when there is a very strict rubrics for the feedback given during the lesson observation. This will come back into professional training. Therefore, this is a space for reflective teaching session, a space for regular classroom walkthroughs, and also for collaborative lesson planning. When these 3 points go on well, then the teachers must understand that they are at a safe place where instructional leadership, the pedagogical leadership, is working well. And when you visit teachconnect.in, you will also have blogs to upskill yourself intermittently. And we are all there to mentor you all whenever you require. We can have a 1 hour slot to mentor your teachers at your school. You can contact us or direct message us. And the pedagogical leadership is not just a buzzword, it's a strategy in place. It's a long term 5 year strategy and a short term 1 year strategy with a middle 3 year strategy. As a recruiter or a principal, you will hold a key to shaping instructional culture of the school. The hires you make, the support you are offering to the teachers is very important. This is how you will shape the culture of the school. Then don't forget to download the free Pedagogical Leadership Handbook. This is by CBSE. Download it, read it very carefully as much you understand. And when you reread it, I will definitely have a feeling that you will understand it better. And if you haven't yet registered your school as a recruiter on TeachConnect, please do so immediately, at least for the 1 hour training to be given for free with your teachers online and about the pedagogical leadership or any specific topic. Hi, I am Dr. Padmavati Tungaturti signing off from TeachConnect Talks. Let us shape the future of learning one leader at a time. Thank you.